Muhammad Ali once said, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." We ain't stinging like bees. We got wasp energy over here. We got fucking dragon energy. We don't sting. We fucking kill. That's how we roll. We the real MMA bros coming at you. We got Chris McNeil on that side. We got Otis Etchcom on this side. Let's drop it. How you doing, Chris?
Doing great. I'm down with some big wasp energy.
We got big wasp energy. We're not no fucking
The
bumblebees
B,
over here. Stinging like a bumblebee. Bumblebees are pussies. We
yeah,
want so
BWE.
man. Like we killed murder wasps. Weren't those
Yeah,
supposed to
I'm
be
doing. What's that?
murder wasps? Remember that? Remember that was a thing?
Yes,
It was
yes,
like
yes.
right before COVID, I think, or right after COVID, and they were like, "Dude, COVID, and then there's gonna be murder wasps, and then there's gonna be fucking locusts." Like I was like, okay,
Yeah, bees. It's always something that's peddled out for us to panic, right? It's always something, huh?
yeah. There's always something, but you know what? There's always something. Also, there's always something in the MMA world. We just got a
Yes, it
nice
is.
MMA. We just got a great segue. Hey, you like that? We're good on segues. We just had a card. The Darren Till Derek Brunson card, which great card. I mean, top to bottom. So
Hmm.
very quick. We got Paddy Pimlet versus Luigi. Paddy, of course, with that great first fight KO round one 425. Then we got Khalil Rountree versus Bukaskas. Whoever, dude, these names are getting absurd. Modestas Bukaskas. Okay. KO round two, 230. Alex Moreno versus David Zwada. Alex Moreno, of course, round three decision. That was easy. Tom Aspinall versus Sergey. You got round one, 230 KO. And then finally, Derek Brunson versus Darren Till submission round three, 213. How does Chris McNeil feel about Paddy? Not Paddy Patty, but Paddy Paddy Pimlet. How do you feel about Paddy Pimlet?
Well, first things first. Patty need to get a damn haircut.
Yeah, no, that's his shtick. Dude, no. Don't get the haircut, Patty. Don't listen to McNeil. That's his shtick, dude. He's had that
The,
since the beginning. Like that bowl
the,
cut. Reminds me of Dumb and
no, no, he reminds me of a 1970s porn star. That's what he reminds me of.
Dumb.
The
we
man
gotta,
needs a
I
haircut.
think last week we talked about porn, so we got to bring that back.
Yeah,
Do we have to talk about
okay.
porn or the Paul brothers? This episode, we gotta touch on both those things. So
Well, we already touched on
touch
porn.
on both.
Okay, here's the thing about Patty. Patty delivered. He was hyped. He was hyped. He delivered.
He did his thing.
He needed to win with the way he talked trash and the stuff he was saying. He needed to win. Now, the one thing that impressed me with him was he was rocked. He's big time sloppy with his hands,
I
almost
was gonna
Derek
say,
Barson.
dude, that was a sloppy fight, dude. Like sloppy. So
Almost Derek Brunson worthy. He was sloppy with his hands, but he was so aggressive, overwhelmed that guy. One of those punches stuck, and he knocked the guy out.
yeah,
But
Luigi touched him up. It's not like Luigi. I mean, it was one of those just like maybe I don't know. Luigi seemed a little tired or something. Had his chin out just a little too much, but it wasn't like it was like a pristine, beautiful, clean KO. Like it was just Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and Patty was the one who didn't have his head go whoop, explode up.
there
So
you go. He got aggressive. He took it, and then he threw a bunch of punches at him and one stuck. He had power in his hand. One stuck.
yeah. My my
Best in
thing
it.
about my thing about that is, I mean, he did what he needed to do. Like you said, he was talking a big game, and he talked a big game after, which was really interesting. But dude, do what you got to do. This is my. We talked about it before in another episode. By the way, we're on episode 7, episode 11. This is great.
Yes,
Look at us just freaking racking up the episodes. I can't
racking
wait
them
for
up.
777. That's gonna be
Yes,
great.
yes, yes.
But yeah, he's just I mean, Patty's Patty. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be top of the division anytime soon. Like, hopefully they give him the, bottom feeders, have him like, he doesn't technically have at least what all saw in that fight. There's no he's not like the next coming. Like he's not like a prodigy by any means or like he
No,
has his flaws. So
yeah, and he's in a very competitive position in lightweight. Very competitive position.
yeah.
It's a death roll up there.
It's
Also,
literally death row. Like you're right, dude. Like
also he's you know how it go. You talk stuff to him. This is he's saying he's a cash cow. He's
yep.
saying that he's talking all of this mess, which is the
No
right thing
way.
to do.
Dude, good. You'd say it. I don't say it, bring it into existence. That's all I say about that shit. Like, what's the point of you? These guys who don't do that, I'm so confused. Like, I guess I understand if that's your personality, if you're like a quiet guy and whatever, but Paddy's obviously not a quiet guy. Say it. Say fucking, I'm gonna knock out the next 50 guys. I'm gonna do backflips. I'm gonna fucking come in the middle of the ring. It's gonna turn into a UFC championship. Like, just say it.
The problem I have with these guys not saying it is all of these guys have great confidence, great cocky,
You have, you
or
have,
the alpha
yeah.
of the alpha
There's
male.
no
They're
UFC
not a
fighter that's at least some sort of alpha male. I mean, you're cage fighting. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, they're not afraid, but they choose not to, which means they choose not to get paid.
yeah, exactly. That's what I say
You
about that. Like,
you you choose not to get
you're
paid.
leaving money on the table. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
and but that's the thing. You could go either way, dude. If you want to be the freaking Colby Covington or the Chael Sonnen, dude, they probably make more money that way. Like, you don't have to. You can be disrespectful. You can be respectful. You could, if you're gonna be quiet, you gotta. There has to be some sort of shtick. Like, I know that sounds like WWE
yes.
esque, but you gotta have a shtick.
You,
Whether your shtick is the best in the world, like Anderson Silva. I'm sorry, but his shtick was just like he was like the Matrix, dude. Like you couldn't
yes,
touch that,
yes,
dude. Like
phenomenal. And you know what Kobe Covington and Chael Sonnen have in common?
wait. Oh, is this like a Final Jeopardy? What does Colby Covington and Chael Sonnen have in common? Ooh, they both they have the record for. Oh, I saw actually a stat. Khabib and Colby Covington have the record for most takedowns in the what was it? Something in the UFC. They have the same amount of takedowns or something. Anyways, continue. What do they have in common?
They both started out very quiet and realized a gimmick, and they jumped on a gimmick, and
They
then
both have
money came.
boring fighting styles, and they had to do that because they're boring.
Yeah.
So
And they started out very quiet, and then they came up with a gimmick, and now both of them still has, especially Chael. Still has a boring fighting style, but he had that personality. That
yeah,
personality brought
I
him
like
to the
Chael,
game.
dude. I'm so glad Chael like went into the not commentating, but like the media and
I
stuff. He's such a great personality. But let's go
oh
over to let's go Darren Till Brunson. How do you feel about that fight?
yeah. So are we gonna go with the
We'll start at
okay,
the top, go down. We got one more. We got from that card. We got two more. But let's talk about Darren Till Brunson.
okay, okay, Darren Till Bronson. Okay. Darren Till needed this win like fat people need cake.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
chocolate
need
cake. It's
he
like
needs this
you watch Matilda,
he
that fat kid that ate that cake.
yes,
He needed that was
yes.
that it needed to be like that. He
He
needed
needed to be
chocolate
like that.
cake.
See, he was, I don't want to say this, but he was a great white hype. He had the mic skills. He was Paddy Pimblett. He came in, he had the mic skills, he had the great striking. And he was on a great winning streak. I think he started like a 4 or 5 fight winning streak. And then that's when he ran into Masvidal all in a tough competition. And he
Hmm.
needed this. He was out for a while. And he needs this fight. He talked it up. And Derek Brunson was him served. It was served up for a platter because Derek Brunson gets sloppy and he gets overly aggressive and he have his head up and his hands down, which
Yep.
to a seasoned striker like
A
Till
counter
should
striker
have
like Darren Till, that's dinner, man. Like,
should have exploited him. And Till Till was connecting. Till had to me. Till also showed me that he didn't evolve. He only was throwing one combination the whole fight, and he
so Till
connected.
Till the last 5 fights, okay? He lost to Tyrone Woodley by submission at UFC 228, September 8th, 2018. Then lost to Jorge Masvidal, that crazy KO. Then beat Kelvin Gastelum in a split decision, 2nd of November 2019. But then lost to Robert Whitaker unanimous decision, and now lost to Derek Brunson. So I mean, he's 1-5 in the last 5 fights. So I mean,
Tough,
or I'm
tough,
sorry, 1-4, 1-4. So.
tough,
That's
and
not
and
good.
what
Like that's not good
it's
at all.
it's not, and that was a tough fight. And Till
He's one
showed me
and
that he
five
didn't
after being
evolve.
17-0. So
Yes, and he didn't evolve because Brunson had like Brunson left opportunities for Till. Till connected, but and Brunson had his head down and got really aggressive. But
yep.
size and wrestling won that fight for Brunson.
Yep,
Size and wrestling.
sides wrestling. And what did we say? We said if Brunson wrestled, I think we said if Brunson wrestled,
Yes, we did. We did.
game set match. Like it was he has the ridiculous wrestling ability over Till. Like it's not even close, really. I mean, and that's what he did. And then Till, I mean, you see his face at the end of the fight. That's a defeated face. Like that's like
Oh,
I'm not even saying he probably tried his hardest. He tried. It's the same thing with Tyron Woodley. When Tyron Woodley got Till on the ground, it was all she wrote, dude. He
yes.
almost popped Till's head off, like with that
And
dark stuff.
Till and Willie rocked him into, and then he went to the ground, and then that was right.
Yep.
I think Teal shot for the takedown.
Yeah. I mean, what did
And
Tony say? They all become wrestlers
and
when you get hit.
also, did you hear this insane story? It hasn't been proven true yet that Darren Till had a torn ACL coming to that
I
fight.
did see
He
that,
tore his
dude. How,
ACL
how do you
10
feel
weeks.
about that? Do you think that's true?
Oh, uh, well, I don't think it's true, and here's why.
Ooh, okay.
Here's why. When you got a torn ACL, right?
You can't
When,
walk. I feel like
yeah, okay. You can walk. You can walk forward and back. You can't do any lateral movements.
lateral. Yeah. Okay.
Any lateral movements, your knee gives out.
Mm-hmm.
And fighting is all about lateral movement.
It's more lateral than forward and back. Like, and
Fighting
he,
is about lateral movement.
watching he didn't look like. I mean, I'm not a doctor by any means, but I didn't see any like
Because
craziness with it.
I didn't either. They said 10 weeks prior, so that means he didn't even get a surgery.
Yeah.
So he was on a torn ACL,
So he's getting a
I'm
surgery now. So
yes, he need on his face. Yes, that's for sure. Cosmetic, and I'm speaking from personal experience. When I tore my ACL, I was like the Marine Corps originally was saying I had a sprained knee, and they would give me ibuprofen and everything, right? So
yeah.
every time, and I was fine forward. I even ran a PFT on it, but I was fine forward and back. But the moment I made a lateral movement, it shot. It was
Yeah.
sharp pain, and I literally went to the ground every time. And the thing
Yeah.
about it was, only reason why I had a surgery was one of the corpsmen seen when I was playing basketball how I was down in pain. He scheduled me MRI, torn ACL.
Yeah.
So for him to fight,
Shout out to Cormans, man. They're the
yeah,
angels of the Marine Corps right there.
the chief,
Jeez.
the chief corpsman did it. So for him to fight, and he said he had a torn ACL 10 weeks prior, I don't believe it. I'm capping. That's cap. All cap.
I don't know, man. I mean, I see your point, and that makes sense. What 10 weeks, dude? And again, lateral movement. MMA is all lateral movement. At
All
least
out.
high level. Like, so,
All
and
all lateral.
you're going against a wrestler too. Like going against I don't know, that puts your livelihood on the like, dude. He could have really got effed up. Like, I mean, career ending stuff right there.
Yes.
So,
Since we talking about Darren Till, I want to talk about this for a second.
mhm.
And we was talking about Tyron Woodley. Dan Hardy had some very choice words about Tyron Woodley's latest fight with
Let's see what did old Danny said.
with,
Old
with, with
Wolf
Jake
Pot,
Paul. With
whatever
Jake
his.
Paul.
Let's see.
Fellow UFC veteran Dan Hardy didn't miss his words when it came to the performance of Tyron Woodley in the Jake Paul fight. Here's what he said.
What do you
He
say?
looked like a sack of shit the other week.
Oh shit!
Hardy told Submission Radio. That was very embarrassing. The reason I'm annoyed about it is that he validated exactly what I thought was going to happen, and I expected more from him. Like, dude, you're nearly 40. Your rap game's not going anywhere. Your MMA career is done. You got a guy in front of you that's been trashing your mom, that's been talking a whole heap of nonsense for how many months? And you got 8 rounds to punch him in the face, and you already have punching him through the ropes, and then you don't put your foot on the gas because you're afraid of being vulnerable. That just looks weak to me. It looks weak, and it wastes people money.
That
I
he,
agree. Now,
I agree, I do. No, 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 no. Everything he said was accurate. It's just that was kind of heavy, man. I thought Dan Hardy was like, they were boys. Like,
there's more.
oh god.
Okay, I love all these weird and wonderful fights, but when it runs out of steam, hard to continue. Like when the fire burns out, it's when people tune in and they see that shit show and they go, "Oh, I won't get it next time," because I'll expect the same thing. I'd rather watch Askren get knocked out again than watch that. And Askren wasn't there to win. We all know that. I think that's even worse that's even worse is that Willie was there to win and he didn't try, and that's must burn him. That was burning him in the post-fight interview. He could barely contain himself without calling him out before he finished his interview. It's like, dude, you missed your opportunity. Shut the fuck up and sit down and go and find something else to do because you just had your opportunity and it passed you by.
Dude, Dan Hardy, like this Dan Hardy without connection to the UFC is fucking cold-blooded. Like,
Yes,
holy God.
yes,
It's the
yes.
same with Ariel Helwani. These guys are, dude, they're just like, fuck it now. They're just like, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want. Did anything he said was wrong? No. Literally
Uh,
nothing he said was wrong. Like,
nothing he said was wrong. He was
everything was correct.
100% correct.
I mean, he could have phrased it a little bit more, more nicer, I guess, whatever. But it's true. Tyron Woodley, dude, his gas, just Tyron Woodley must know the past how many fights he doesn't fight to win. He fights not to lose. And that's so annoying watching someone like that. Like,
Yeah, hey, I agree. Tyron, he always look for the perfect punch. He's
yeah,
looking for no fight. Don't always look for the perfect punch. Fight,
yeah.
fight. Hey, one. Yeah, it's yeah. Don't look for the perfect punch. Don't be afraid to fight.
It's
Fight.
just frustrating. I was watching a comedy. I was watching Theo Vaughn. I don't know if you know Theo Vaughn, the comedian or whatnot. Shout out to Theo Vaughn. But he was saying like Tyron Woodley is like he's the most, I don't know the word he used, annoying or like it's just because you're going for Tyron. Like, come on, fight, man. Come on. You want him to fight. And he doesn't the whole fight. He's on his back foot, and you're like, dude, like, how can I'm not
He
gonna support you anymore if you're not gonna give it your all. Like,
he says all the right things. He does the training. He does all that. But when it comes to fighting,
he was in the best shape of his life. He had the training. He did the Floyd. He was prime time. Like, and the thing is,
he
go
didn't
out on
cut
your
weight.
shield then, dude. Was he scared to get knocked out and go on your shield? It was a worse. Like, if you would have
I
gave everything and got knocked out, it is what it is. Like, at least you like,
yes,
but
yes.
and you see what he said
He
now? He said he's waiting for the paperwork before he gets the I love Jake Paul tattoo. So he's waiting for the paper. What the fuck paperwork do you need to get a tattoo? Like, does he need his mom to sign off on it or
no,
something? Or like,
no. He's waiting for the paperwork for the rematch.
yeah, well, he's not getting it. Like, that's like no one who wants to watch that fight. Is there literally anyone that wants to watch a rematch with Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul? No one. There's
Yeah,
nothing. No one's clamoring for that. Like,
Willie showed that he's not gonna fight. Why
no.
is he gonna fight more?
Yeah.
Why would he do more?
What's gonna be different? Oh, it's like this time I'm gonna really fight. Why didn't you fucking fight the first time then? Like, it's
And
fine.
what one thing history shows in fighting, whether it's MMA, boxing, and everything, rematches always favors the younger guy.
Yep. Yep. And
They they, they got more room to prove, and they heal faster,
yeah, and
recover faster.
obviously, I mean, at this point in his career, definitely Jake Paul has only up to go. So it's not like, and say what you want. Again, we'll talk about the Paul brothers, but god dang, they just, and not even, we're not talking about Logan Jake, just, he has an upside, dude. Like, he really does. Like, if he harnesses that power that he has naturally and uses more technique and gets more rounds in and more repetitions, he's definitely not gonna, dude. Let's be honest, dude. He's never gonna be championship quality. He's not gonna be top of the top of the top of the top. He's just not. Like, there's no like, you're just not. But saying that, he's already fought what, two past MMA champions in Tyrone Woodley and Ben Askren in Bellator. He fought an NBA star. He fought who
Well,
else? Well, there was one more.
well, okay. He stands a chance to, if he stays the route he's going.
Yeah.
He do stand a chance to be at the top because he's young enough.
I don't think when I say top, he's not gonna be a championship level. He's not gonna be like WBA champion or whatever contender. He'll be, and the next fight he needs to make is that Tyson Fury. Like, I don't see, not Tyson,
I agree. I
frickin'
agree.
what's his name?
And
Fury.
I agree. And when I look at it objectively, and I just take the name off of Jake Paul and take the name off whoever. Jake Paul stands a chance to be a champion, and here's why I'm saying this is
Whoa.
here's why I'm saying this is 4 fights on Jake Paul's record, right?
Yep.
First 4 fights. You take everybody else's first 4 fights, whether it's Canelo, whether it's Tyson, whether it's whoever else. They had no pressure equivalent to Jake Paul. They wasn't in the spotlight. They wasn't making the money. No one, you don't even know who. We didn't even really know who Canelo and Tyson, who all these guys was in their first 4 fights. It was no pressure. They was fighting random guys. The only difference is Jake Paul has a annoying personality. He's doing it at a huge level. If he could continue to improve and go that route, he do have potential. He's young enough. But
not to get too philosophical, but I think there's people in the world that like take pressure and take like the spotlight and just eat it up and just they become something different, something better, like a superhero. I think he's one of them. I think that I'll be honest, I think both Paul brothers. I think they feed off that attention. They love it. Same thing with Conor McGregor. Same thing with the top. Like they want that spotlight. It makes them better. Like I don't think they would be as good if they didn't have that pressure and that spotlight. Like they make diamonds. Like
there's a side stupid story that I don't know why I want to talk about that I got a point and I got a take on it about MMA.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, what do we got? We're 20 minutes in. We still got to talk. We might even skip Aspen out Khalil Rountree. Real quick, Khalil Rountree, oblique kick. Okay. Do you want to talk about that real quick or do you want to go on?
Yes, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Bush lead to the finals, to the core. Bush lead to the core. That strike is if you
the John Jones strike, dude.
If you execute correctly, which he did, that's ligament damage. Hey, I get it. Well, I get it. They're fighters. We try to hurt these guys. We try to finish these guys, which is okay. You fighters, but I'm not trying to end the guy's career. I'm not trying to end this guy's opportunity to fight and provide for whoever else, his family or whoever. That's the problem with that kick. Kick, executed correctly, will kill a career. It's legal, but
dude, this is a hard one, dude. Because okay, dude, you could say that about almost every strike in MMA, though. Like head kicks, like you'd be like, that could end your career. That could 100% end your career. A freaking dome kick from Crow Cop, like that could end your career. Or freaking if you get someone on the ground, knee bar, that could end your career. Like our knee bars, should those be illegal? Like I don't know, man. It's dicey, especially that oblique kick. It's like you said. You're right. That's ligament damage. There's no doubt about that. Like that's like, that's big. But are you saying we shouldn't use that kick? Like
okay, the way that kick was executed,
he was so close.
Khalil went at it, jumped up and kicked down. Like the objective of that kick, the way he executed,
is to hyperextend the knee. Yeah.
Yes, is it cause damage? Okay. With a punch, with a strike, and all those things, right? Okay, you can get head damage. You can recover. You can as a matter of fact, when you're knocked out, that's a protective thing for your brain. It's a shutdown protect. Your brain is trying to protect itself. When you get kicked like that, your knee doesn't do anything naturally to protect itself other than tear.
That just crank, just flops back and forth.
It's still a tear, and like I get it, it's a legal strike. But I think that it's Bush League, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that more because it's one of those things, dude. Like because same thing with like the 12-6 elbows. They're like you can't do 12-6 elbows. That's too dangerous. So that's too. Remember John Jones versus Matt Hamill? They took that away, but. That's not Bush League. Like, I'm sorry. A 12-6 elbow is.
It's not.
What's the difference between a 12-6 and a 1-4 or something like? It doesn't like.
And when in certain organizations you can stomp people when they're down.
Yeah.
So what the hell is a 12-6?
Yeah.
What the hell is a 12-6? Yeah. That's insane. That's insane. So so that's what I feel about. That's what I feel about that.
I did watch it, and it wasn't malicious by any means. Like I don't like. It was during the heat of the moment. That was a good fight, by the way, too. That was a legit like. But I don't know. I don't know. That's just weird. But real quick, Aspen's future. How do you feel? How do you see the heavyweight? And then we'll be done.
Okay. One thing.
Tom Aspinall.
Here's what he showed me. Besides the fact that he's a younger brother, a doppelganger of Frank Mir. Here's what he showed me. his movement and his hand speed is phenomenal for the division.
For the division. Yep, correct.
I want to see him and your boy the French. I want to see him and
I like him and Rosenstrike.
Yeah, him and Rosenstruck would be good. You know, his striking and stuff. So also too, his strongest suit is his grappling.
Yeah.
He's a BJJ instructor, but his
surprisingly, it's so funny when that happens too. Like same thing with like the Roy Nelsons of the world. Like they have such a they're known for knockout, but dude, Roy Nelson on the ground, like that was his strength. Like he just never used it. But
yeah. So
what's that thing? What's that thing?
I think it was a great win for him. Another British guy that talks. He can potentially be the future with his movement. With his movement and his hands, like a lot of heavyweights won't see his hands coming. Like I didn't even see that strike coming, and his grappling is great. So
yeah, his hands.
I think he's the future. I think he's the future. It's good.
He's got a bright future.
Yeah. So here's what I want to talk about. Khabib made a comment when he was talking in the federation.
The ring girls?
About who he feels is the most useless people in martial arts.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he was talking about the ring girls. He deemed them and expressed that they're the most useless people in martial arts, and he expressed a discomfort with their presence. Now, he did say, like, he didn't need to say this. It's obvious. But he tried to say that his expressions and comments are solely his and his personal feelings. So,
yeah.
So one of the most known ring girls, Ariana Celeste, has something to say about that.
That's my girl.
First of all, she put out a TikTok, and it was in Stephen A's voice. Her response to negative talk about ring girls and their position in MMA, pretty much saying she don't care. But here's the thing: she says she don't care, but then she put a long message out about this, which means she do care.
Yeah.
And here's what she said. I work over 15 years in this industry and learned it's easier just to simply not care. For 15 years, we have been more than just ring girls. We have dedicated time in promoting UFC and showing love and time to our diehard fans through touring the world and personal experiences. And while the world is very different right now, I can still feel the energy and love every time we have a show with the audience. It's taken me 15 years of hard work, dedication, time to be a badass, independently wealthy female, a real estate investor, and owner of not just one, but 3 homes. Properties, one located in LA, which is expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. Also, hold on 1 second. My phone just did something really stupid. Okay.
Well, while you're getting that back up, I got a little hot take on that. There's two things I gotta say. First thing, Khabib can say whatever the fuck he wants. It's his opinion. He's obviously a religious guy, like super religious. I mean, I don't even know if I've literally never seen his wife or his children or whatnot. He keeps that under wraps. And I know though they have their culture with women and masculinity, femininity, whatever. That's that. Second though, like you're calling out like, dude, since the dawning of time, like there's something called like there's pretty people. Like just people love pretty people. Like it's like the Mona Lisa. It's like all this time like we like looking at pretty things and we like looking and we're in a super hypersexualized environment, especially now with OnlyFans and TikTok and all that, Instagram, all that with asses all over the place and tits. Like and the UFC started what was the UFC? Like it was you go fucking watch guys fight and drink beer and fucking have pretty girls, the ring girls. I mean, UFC didn't start ring girls. Like that was boxing and other promotions have that. But the point is, like, what is he like? He's calling them useless. It's not useless. Like there's a reason why. If it was useless, Dana White wouldn't do it. If he was losing money on it, like if it was not profitable, it's pretty people are always going to be useful and they're always going to help. Like
always.
You cannot look at Brittany Palmer and Ariel Celeste and not say those are beautiful women. Like those are just beautiful people. Like, so.
Yes. To cap it off, what you're saying is people pay for pretty.
Yeah. It's called models. There's
people want pretty around them. Be more pretty around them, and the more pretty you are, people will pay. People will
Yeah,
look
and
for it. People want
I
you
mean,
around.
obviously, I'm one of the pretty people, so I know. I feel like personally attacked by Khabib. Like,
Yes,
don't
yes.
get
You
mad
know,
at me because I'm pretty.
hey,
Like,
just don't walk around this pod in a speedo with a number card.
episode 69. That'll be the
69, 69. Yeah, you just waiting for 69, huh? You just waiting for 69, huh?
yeah.
Episode 69.
Oh, it's
Well, okay,
it's
okay. I'm pretty sure it's coming.
yeah.
Uh, well, okay. There's more. I pulled it back up.
Mhm.
And a female who is not afraid to take risks and build for my future. You can call us useless, but to people like me who have worked this hard, it slips right off my shoulders. My life is too good to be unhappy. You don't have to like me, but you will respect me. Last but not least, please tell me why we reporters have nothing better to talk about than the ring girls. There has to be way better things to talk about. Next subject. Okay.
Okay, girl.
Here's here's my take about this. I hate when people preface things and then they say but. Like for instance, I'm not an asshole, but which means I'm about to be an asshole.
Dude,
I,
thank
I'm
you.
not.
That was
I,
literally the greatest
I'm.
take right ever. I hate that so
I'm.
much. Like,
I'm not. I'm not a
I'm not a
micromanager,
racist, but
but
but,
hey, I'm not a micromanager, but which means I'm
I'm
about to
not
be a
yeah, I don't
micromanager.
micromanage people, but you're right, you're
But
right.
so okay, she went over all of these things, right? There's a couple things I have an issue with. Okay, I agree with you. They have a purpose. People in sports, when you see two guys fight, you take that break and you see a pretty woman. Reset button. Pretty woman, then you go back to fight. Pretty woman, reset button. You see a pretty woman walking with the thing, then there you go. A lot of people like pretty girls, and the thing about being pretty is the Kardashians have became $1 billion industry
They
off
made
of
an
no talent,
economic system from
and
being pretty. Like,
just off being pretty, just off being pretty.
yeah,
It's part of the American way.
yeah.
Okay, here's some things I have an issue with it is. First of all, I told you the point that she not care, but she put all this out.
She cares.
Okay, and the point that she talking about why you don't have anything to talk about, but
It's.
you
I
talk
mean, we
about that
always talk about
they
this
all
too.
love to be talked about.
It's when you get like hit in a fight and you like laugh or you do it off. That hurt. Like, there's no like you're like, oh, that didn't hurt. It hurt.
And
Like that's what you
and
wouldn't
she
say
said,
anything.
I agree, and she was like, you don't have nothing to talk about. First of all, you don't see any issue when people talk about how beautiful you are. If they would have been talking about how beautiful you are, you wouldn't have no issue with the reporters bringing your name up and talking about ring girls,
Because it's
right?
negative.
Because
Negative.
it's negative. Because it's negative. Second thing, the thing that gets me is she's talking about how much hard work she did in dedication. Then she put badass, independently wealthy female. And real estate, all these things she started going over her credentials, right? Okay, let's really be honest here. Let's really be honest here.
Hey, don't. Hey, that's my girl. So you better be coming at this soft. I love me some
Hey, no,
Ariana. Hey,
no.
I
The only way,
respect her.
no. The only way I come to ring girls is really hard. Not flaccid, really hard.
Well, okay. Can we meet in the middle? Don't go like really hard, like fucking, like don't
Semi?
go Johnny Sins hard, but go like who's like a,
No,
you
no.
know.
I'm going Lexington Steel hard.
Oh, we go. No, don't go Mandingo. Don't go like.
Oh, let me go here. Here's my issue with this. When you go over all this trash about hard work, dedication, independently wealthy, and all this stuff, this long hard road, no. You was gifted with good looks and you capitalize on it. Hard work is someone actually doing manual labor multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. For you're walking around with a number and you swap out with other women
Mhm.
to do such things.
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm so
you
exhausted after round one. Can you do round two? Like, is that okay?
you
Like,
you're literally getting paid to party. And most of these women don't even know about MMA. They're just out there walking, collecting their check, and going home.
they are beautiful.
So
But I think this is the bigger.
don't come at me about
I
hard
mean, let's
work and
talk about
time
the bigger
dedication.
picture here. Like, let's talk about. Obviously, me and you are in agreement with this, and the point that, like, you, dude, there's nothing wrong with it. There's obviously, I don't know, Khabib. He used the word useless. I think that's where she took offense. Like, she's like, useless. How dare you? I'm not like. Obviously, she's not useless. There's a
No,
use to her, whatever that use may be. But it's more of a like I said, like Khabib's from a different obviously from a different culture, from a different, I would even argue a different era, like a different, like, he's on the other side of the world where women aren't viewed as, I don't know. It's hard to, because obviously I'm not Muslim. I'm not like, I don't like know. I can't speak for him or whatnot. But they view women differently. It's just a different. In
Yeah, I agree.
America, we're very free. Like we're the home of the brave. We're free. Like you can do whatever the
I
fuck you want. We have a fucking website. We literally have a fucking website that you have a
yeah,
subscription service to see randomly naked people that you can like,
yeah.
and you don't celebrities, non-celebrities, like and good, and I'm all for it, dude. Like I'm all for it. Like I'm waiting for your
I
OnlyFans to drop, dude. Like I'll
listen.
pay that $5. But
Another multi million dollar industry. And if
yeah,
we want to go, and if
it's
we want
gonna
to go
be
to
billion
porn,
dollar pretty soon,
and,
dude. Like,
and if we go to porn, that's a multi-billion dollar.
there's a girl there where she was
Yeah,
talking about it, dude. I mean, we talked about the bad Barbie or whatever, her bad baby, whatever her name is, but dude, they're making millions,
yeah.
millions
Okay.
for pictures of her literally doing this. And like, oh,
Yes.
there's 50,000 right there. Like, it's just,
Now, now,
and but no,
you're right.
this is the big thing about that though. Ariana, Brittany, all those girls doing it. Don't fucking tell me that's hard work. Like, don't
No,
fucking
no,
like
no,
come at me
no.
like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I had to take naked pictures all night and
Yeah.
like touch
Now,
my you know what?
when they do it for free and they do it anyway because we love attention.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
okay. Here's what's the irony of that comment that Khabib said. How he says useless.
No.
They view women as being useless in his culture. Their sole purpose is to take care of family, and that's it. Don't do anything else. Don't be seen. Don't be known. Just as
Don't be
property.
seen, don't be heard, don't be
Don't
anything.
be
Just
heard.
talk.
Don't do anything. Just stay at home and take care of family. That's it.
But that's not America, dude.
You
Like,
can't.
you
Listen,
know what? No, let's pause.
and
I was talking about this with my mom. Like, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this because we go in patriarchal versus matriarchal, and there's the European way of life changed everything. Like, it's very patriarchal, obviously, the Western influence and the European. It wasn't always like that. There was
mm,
cultures, some Native American cultures were very matriarchal. Like the women ran shit. Like they were the
yes,
ones, they were the boss. Same thing. The Black Panthers, if you look at the Black Panthers, the leadership, they were all women who were the leaders. Like, yeah, there were
yes,
some prominent men, but dude,
yes.
I personally think women are the shit. Like, I think they should run
They
shit.
are,
I
of
think
course.
they're literally
They
built to
are.
run shit, and they should be the leaders and
They
whatnot. Like all my
they
feminist brothers and sisters, I'm all for it.
they
But
are. I
don't tell me, like, for instance, in this specific situation, you're just showing your ass. Like, don't say
yes.
like that's your.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
So
Now,
Ariana's over there, like, I have 3 houses. I'm fucking like,
and
yo,
a lot of
okay.
and a lot of feminists will frown on her. Frown on her.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now, here's my thing. Here's what I was gonna say is, you want to call them useless, but but what better way to make your women useless is limiting them to nothing but having kids and being at home.
Yeah, that's useless. Maybe that's useful for him, but
Yes,
it's
but
not.
yes.
Women, man,
That's all I
we're
had to
living
say.
in a dude. We're living in a society where anything's fucking possible now. Like, literally, reality is bound by our imagination. That's it.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
we're learning. We're learning that these
yes,
social constructs and these things that we make up as people and as a group, they're imaginary, dude. Like they're literally
yes.
imaginary. Like so,
Like time,
like time. Yeah, we make up time. What the fuck is time? Like
like
time is
time.
time is a minute, a second. That's just a measurement of a an imaginary thing. Like,
Yeah, something made up. So okay, so I just had to bring up that,
oh,
it
that's a good.
just
I
so,
like that. That's a good take. I saw that. I didn't really focus in on it because I knew it was garbage. But
hot
sometimes you
garbage.
got to bring the garbage out.
Yes,
That's
hot garbage.
a hot
Listen, and
garja, as the
this
French call it.
and here's the thing too is we have fans and viewers from all over that likes MMA and fans that don't and look for little things that catch their attention. So it's good that we cover stuff like that
Yeah, I
along the
like
other.
that. Hey, we're again. Here's the plug. Like, subscribe. Like, we love you, fans. We want to grow. So, but let's go from one hot garbage to the next hot garbage called Triller. Apparently, there's some boxing matches
Yes,
going on, McNeil, that we maybe
yes,
talk about. There was a substitute, but we'll start at the bottom. I should get a thing that Drake started. Oh, we should talk about that. Drake and Kanye. That you listen to the CDs, dude? I
Yes,
haven't listened to them yet, so I'm pretty excited. But
I listened to both. I listened to
you
Certified
did?
Lover
Okay,
Boy. I think
we'll
a
wait
couple
till I
times.
listen, and then we might make a bonus show. But anyways, we'll start
Okay.
from so David Haye versus Fournier. I'm excited. That's the only one that I'm legit excited. I'm a huge David Haye fan, like huge. Way
Hmm.
back when, I mean, that's my UK brethren. Like, I'm excited for that fight. That's the only fight I'm excited for because it's the only legit fight. But some would argue David Haye's way out of his prime. He's getting way old. First of all, he's got a baby face, that David Haye. So he's a good looking
He
man.
does.
I mean, we look
He does.
alike in him, but we have very, very similar body types and facial
Yes.
structure.
Yeah, you do. You do like you get punched in the face for a living. I agree.
He doesn't look like it. Like, that's a good looking man. But we got David Haye versus Fournier. We got Ortiz versus Silva. Let's talk about Ortiz Silva. How do you feel? I mean, we touched on it, I think, last week or the week before, but now that it's around the corner, how do you feel about it?
I admire what Tito Ortiz is doing. Tito Ortiz looks like he's really taking this serious
He does
with
look
this
really good.
with this weight cut.
Yep.
With this weight cut,
Still
he
complaining
looks
though,
really slim.
every step of the
Uh,
way.
of course, and his complaints only get worse the more weight cut, the more weight
I
he cut.
I thought Anderson Silva would be respectful and fight me at 250 pounds. I'm a fat ass. How dare
Yes.
he make me lose weight because he's smaller than me? Like,
How dare he pay me how dare he give me opportunity to make multiple $1 million when I'm broke?
for nothing.
To cut down to 195. How dare he?
How
How
dare
the,
he do that? So,
give
but
me this opportunity when I lost my job to make multiple $1 million?
he does look good. He does look like he's taking it serious. So I'm excited for that. But I'm again, dude, we talked about this. Dude, I don't see I don't usually do this with fights, but I don't see any way Tito beats Anderson Silva in a boxing match, let alone even if they did MMA. But like, I feel like the skill discrepancy is like it's like not even it's out of the screen. Like Silva's so
Yeah.
much better, like so much better. So
Yes. Tito made a career out of boxing and wrestling, but his boxing didn't have any adversity. He didn't have any head
it's
move,
all
and
power.
he's big on it's all power.
MMA boxing is all it's like you said, the Tyrone Woodley. They always look for that one right hand over the top. Like that's what they're looking
Hmm.
for the whole fight.
Hmm.
Like they don't
Yes.
have jabs. They don't have the 1-2s, the 3-4s, the 5-6-7-8s. Like they don't have anything, dude. Like
And Anderson has speed, timing, and technique.
and power. He has everything, dude.
Mm.
Speed,
And
technique,
technique.
power, experience. I argue that he's probably on the Mexican supplements, so his body's probably of a 22-year-old, 21-year-old man. Like,
Are you saying Anderson Silva is on PEDs?
whoa, 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 whoa! Allegedly,
Oh,
dude,
hey,
can we be honest, dude? What happened? What was the number one thing we saw from we're gonna be talking about the PED at the end of the show, but what's the number one thing that transpired when USADA came, when testing came, PED testing and all that? What happened?
are you talking about guys' records going down and guys starting losing?
What nationality was the one that there were all of these Brazil champions? I'm talking like literally, I think it was like most of the divisions were Brazil champions, all
Hmm.
gone. As soon as PEDs were like taken away, all gone. I can go down the list. Like you got of course, Anderson Silva. You got 135. Who TJ
Jose
Dillon.
Aldo.
Yep.
Oh,
You got
oh, oh, oh. Also, you're
Jose's
talking
best
about
friend.
okay.
Barao.
You're yeah, Brandon Morale.
Yeah, Barao. You got Barao,
Oh,
Jose.
Ignacio Barral. Yeah,
No,
Barral. Yes.
basically all those guys. But there were tons of other ones too, dude. Like
What about Big Nog was a champion during that time too.
all those Brazilians, dude. All those Brazilians as soon as PEDs, and I'm not saying it was just Brazilians. Most of the heavyweights were like shit, dude. Like they all got fat. Like, did you see body types? Frank Mir went from like, okay, he's pretty like to the fattest, like and I
Yeah,
love Frank Mir, dude. Don't get me Frank Mir, if you're
Dad
ever
Bodmir.
you're the best. Like you're literally you got me into MMA. But my point is like, dude, PEDs like we'll talk about it later. But the
Yeah,
Brazilians
Dad
were
Bodmir.
trashed. So how do you
Yes.
go?
So,
How do you see the fight
so
going?
okay. I gotta go with experience, speed, technique, and
Tito.
timing. And timing.
Tito, I knew
Hey,
it, dude. I knew it.
well, if I had to describe Tito, I would have said, well, I have to go with meathead.
I have to go with slow.
I had to go with meathead, stubborn, bully, and ignorant,
Yep,
and ignorant, and ignorant.
Hey, at least the thing is that you and Tito have something in common. You both love porn stars, so
That is a fact.
yeah, that's true. So, but this fight, here we go. Let's go into the next thing because this is interesting, dude. So we have
okay. Predictions.
Anderson Silva, literally, Anderson Silva KO 4th round. Anderson Silva decision. I'll say if it's not Anderson Silva KO 4th round, it's Anderson Silva decision by like dominance. Like not even. It's like Tito may touch him twice in the fight. Like,
yes. Okay.
So
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah. But here we go. We got Holyfield versus Belfort. This fight's really interesting, man. I mean, California State Commission didn't, so they had to move the whole fight card because California wouldn't okay it. How do you feel about that?
They moved it to Florida, correct?
Yeah, moved it to Florida because fucking everything's fucking legal in Florida. So
okay. Backstory to this: it was originally scheduled Vitor Belfort versus Oscar De La Hoya.
Correct.
Oscar De La Hoya got COVID, and he was no longer able to fight. So they wanted a big name, so they picked up Holyfield because Holyfield is always in good shape and everything.
Remember, this fight's September 14th, so this fight's like literally right around the corner. September 14th.
It's not September 11th anymore?
No, it's September 14th, Tuesday. Like, what?
See, it originally was September 11th, but I guess due to changing the
gave him more time.
Town and any time, give him more time, and also it could be arena issues, like with securing the arena. So, okay, first of all, weird night for a fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It got more interesting now. But De La Hoya was giving up a lot of size. Yep. Vitor can't just bully Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield
isn't Evander bigger? Evander's bigger. Yes. Oh, hey, before we get into this, can we talk about something I just saw like recently? You see what Brandon Schaub said about Holyfield? Brandon Schaub, dude, those guys talk so much shit, but Brandon Schaub literally said he was doing some sort of charity or some sort of something, and Holyfield had to have an assistant like pull him along. Like he kept saying like where he was, like where am I, what's going on, basically like an Alzheimer's patient. And Brandon Shaw was basically saying like, dude, this fight shouldn't have been sanctioned. Like Evander Holyfield's not in the right mental capacity. Like, so I mean that's big shit right there, dude. Like,
I know he had issues with Triller. What they should have did was bring Mike Tyson versus Vitor Belfort.
You know what? That would have been huge, dude. Like that would have been so big. Like, I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they couldn't pay him enough.
Mike Tyson had issues with Triller since the Roy Jones fight. Now, here's the thing. That would be one fight that Mike Tyson would pull punches because Vitor wouldn't pull his punches.
Yeah. I don't know. So, it's weird. But again, Evander Holyfield, I'm kind of scared about this fight, man. Like, if any of that's true, because we all know those guys back then. I'm surprised George Foreman isn't freaking like. We had all that padding around his head, but like.
Well, George Foreman too also was he didn't take too much damage. He was the one giving it. He took a few damage.
His later he took a lot of damage. His later fight, I remember too the way he punched. He like it was just a weird like pat punch, but yeah, dude. Evander's taking damage.
Well, one thing we will see is doing the open workouts.
I'm so curious, man. Like, is Evander like what is he? 58, I think, something like that.
Yes.
He's almost 60, bro. Like, when's the point where this becomes like, from like, obviously it's a sideshow. Like, I'm gonna throw the word sideshow out because it is. It's just. But when does it become from sideshow to like bum fights? Like, like oh, I don't even want to watch that. Like, that's like.
And it's actually legit boxing rules. So
yeah, no, it's legit. It's
not exhibition.
And there's no headgear. There's no like. It's weird, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think they should have. It's interesting, Evander Holyfield, but I'm kind of on Schaub's side. I really don't think they should have sanctioned this. Like,
hold on 1 second here. I'm about to watch an open workout with Evander Holyfield just to see how he moves around, to see what he does.
I mean,
we can continue on
Yeah, we'll watch
while.
that. When you're watching that, we'll hit on the last thing. So, guess who's going to be commentating the Triller fight?
Oh
Your boy.
no,
Your boy.
I heard the Trumpster.
The
He will be
Trumpster is going to be
commentating.
commentating. Is that how do you feel about that? At first, I don't know. I've had a swirl of emotions with that. Like I'm like, at first I was like, what the fuck? Like what? But now I don't know. Like I remember Joe Rogan was talking about it too. Like Trump, I didn't want him. Trump is someone that you want to have some beers with. Like you want to like how cool would it be to have some beers with Trump and talk about shit with like all the bullshit aside. No, because we know he's a narcissistic asshole. He would
Yeah.
probably say he's a narcissistic asshole. Like he literally wrote a book, The Art of the Deal, How to Be a Narcissistic Asshole. That should have been the name of the book. Like, and he's
Yes.
okay with that. Like there was a thing I saw. He literally was like, I'm the strongest. I'm the least racist. I'm the kindest. I'm the fastest. I'm the like who
Yes.
says all that shit?
He
Like
might as well. He might as well say I'm the EST.
I'm the goat. But
Because
my thing is
if he
we all know guys like that. Like those are the guys you want to have a beer with. Like you want to chill with. Like, dude, I want to hear your story. You know he's fun. He's a fucking funny guy.
okay
Uh,
okay okay, I disagree with what you just said. We all know people like that, but
yeah.
we all don't like to be around people like that.
No, I don't. I like those are the people like for that's the definition of what do we say? In small increments. Like you can deal with like you can see that person once every few months and it's fine. You
Yeah,
wouldn't want to live with that person. Like God
be
bless
around that
Melania,
person.
that angel. Like I don't know how she can deal with that, but
Well, well,
she's
first
gotta jack that off. Like,
well,
dude,
first of all, she don't have no issue with that because she is to go to Ariana Celeste. She made money off being beautiful.
yeah.
It's
And
not
dude,
off her morals. It's
she's by
not off
far
her
the
morals.
prettiest first lady of all time. Like she's
Yes,
beautiful, beautiful.
yes. It's not off her morals. It's as a matter of fact, is her doing that is the reason why she's in the position that she is now. So she don't have no problem with that. Now, okay, so and she wouldn't be in that position if she wasn't a beautiful woman.
Yep.
Now, okay, let me say this real quick. I just watched Holyfield's open workout for media day,
How was it?
and he looks very very slow.
I
I
mean,
don't I don't
I feel like I could have told you that. Like that's like
I don't know if he's
I say,
doing it on
I know this is
purpose.
gonna. I'm going out on a limb and saying this, but I think it's gonna be first, second round knockout. Vitor's gonna fuck him up, like fuck him up, and we're gonna all look at it and be like, as a collective, like society, like, ooh, we made a mistake. Like this is not good.
Now,
Like,
now physically he looks great. Physically he looks great.
fake. It's fake.
He's leaning on the ropes right. He's leaning on the ropes right now. He looks
You know how much? Do
now
you know how much Mexican supplements in his bloodstream right now?
now let me tell you this. Let me tell you this though. I knew for a while he was training to fight Tyson. He was wanting to fight Tyson, so I know he's in good shape for
He
that.
was talking about it. I didn't know if he was training for it though.
He was. Now you know who Holyfield looks like.
Who?
Back in our old unit, guy from Texas, a bald guy. He was avionics. Avionics.
Wayne. What's his name? Who could run a four? He ran like 100 in like 2 seconds. Like what's it?
Yeah,
It's
that guy.
Wayne something. What's his name?
Yeah, that guy. He
I
looks
like
just
him.
like.
He's fucking awesome. He's like,
I like him too. He's
he's a
funny,
big
but they
dude.
look just alike.
He's
So
really.
so
Wait, what's
okay.
his last name? What's his last name? I don't want to throw names
Let's
out
see
here, but
what's his
it was
last
Wayne
name here.
something.
It's Wayne something. Hold up.
Fuck, what's his
Let,
last?
let me pull it up on Facebook real quick.
Yeah, he was cool.
Uh, uh,
I just remember.
yeah,
All I remember is that he said he ran like a 100 meter in like a 4.4, and like I'm like, what? Like you didn't, dude. Like
I think his little brother is I think his no. We're not talking about McFadden.
oh, not okay, who are you talking about?
There's another guy. He was bald. He was from Texas.
Tate?
No, Texas from South Carolina. He definitely not like a Vander Holyfield.
No, I would say he looks nothing like Evander. I do. McFadden kind of does.
Hold up. Well, it'll come to me. This guy. It'll come to me. But anyways.
Was he the big one, like the huge guy in avionics, who
No,
like officer, who went to be an officer?
No.
Not
Yeah,
him.
not him. But it'll come to me. It'll come to me. The guy's name.
Okay.
But,
look at us just reminiscing. We're just name dropping all these like.
But anyways, I don't see this fight doing too much. I think
No,
it's
dude,
a shit show.
I think this is gonna be a scary fight. I think we're gonna look back and be like, "Fuck, dude!" Like Evander Holyfield's gonna be fucked up. Vitor is a killer, dude. Like, and he's been training a while. Like,
Yes,
Evander
yes.
literally just hopped out of the fucking bed and was like, "Let's do this." Like,
He's been training a while, but Evander forgot more than what Vitor knows in boxing. Evander could be savvy and hold on or whatever, but
what's do you know Evander's size, height, and weight? Is he gonna be
no,
like,
normally or just
yeah, normally? Well, what are they fighting at?
they're fighting at heavyweight, 200 pounds and up, heavyweight.
Okay,
Oh,
but
Evander is 6'2".
what the fuck? Like, Oscar De La Hoya was not a heavyweight. Like. Did they just change it? Like they're like three
No.
divisions up, four divisions. Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
so
All I can say is, dude, there has to come a point where we draw a line, and maybe this is the line. Like
yes,
this
I
is kind of weird.
I don't know what to expect from this fight.
I know what to expect. I expect
A shit
Evander to
show.
be fucking. Maybe they're gonna hit the fucking. He'll punch the fucking what's it called out of him, the Alzheimer's. Like he'll start. Oh, I remember now. Like.
Yes, and then he don't want Evander Holyfield to remember.
Oh my god.
If he
Well,
if he punching, he don't want to remember.
I just hope the ref is like a legit ref and doesn't let him take unnecessary damage. That's my.
The one thing about Evander was Evander had to speed up a lot of weight. He had technique, and he has fought Tyson. He has
His
fought Tyson multiple
Evander
times, so he's not afraid.
he wasn't afraid. He like I remember Evander was so fast. I just remember his shoulders, dude. He had the shoulders of a Greek god. Like his shoulders were so like
And
oh
when
god.
when did he have heart surgery and came back? He retired, had heart surgery, and came back.
Yeah.
So
And dominated.
yeah. So anyways, so I don't know what to expect from this fight. I expect a shit show. You had asked me to pick a winner of the fight, a winner.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm
Dude,
gonna go with Vander. I'm gonna go with
are you
Vander.
joking? Are you like, is this like a joke? Like, are you playing devil's
Yeah,
advocate? Like, do you
yeah,
seriously think Evander Holyfield on 6 minutes notice is gonna beat Vitor Belfort? Like,
he asked me to. I would go with Vander. He asked me if I had to pick one.
I so want. We're
Off,
gonna put some
off,
money with this. Like, I'm
off,
gonna
of,
make.
off of experience, size,
Yeah, okay. So we're
and
gonna
power. So okay.
pretend that what that you just. I mean, we need the. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so this is a great segue into our last discussion. So obviously all these guys are on PEDs that are on Triller because they allow it. They don't really probably test, but how do you feel about PEDs? Do you think PEDs should be legal? Do you think it's helped the UFC to have USADA in?
I think PD should be legal. I think it should be up to the choice of the fighter. If you don't take PEDs, it should be you should be accountable for that because you chose not to. It looks good on you if you don't and you win, but if you destroy it, here's why I think PED deserve to be legal. Because with PEDs, it's better fights, people careers are longer, more entertaining, and people can provide for their family longer, and it literally makes for a phenomenal entertainment.
When Vitor
And
Belfort when he was taking his TRT and spinning axle kicks and like dude, how entertaining was that? Like he was knocking out. I mean, not so much for the people that he was knocking out, but
yes, and it's better for the fighters. There will be less pullouts. There's a
that's what
good
she
chance
said.
there would be a good chance that if you have a big card, these people would show up to that card and fight because the purpose to me, what people fail to realize, that people forget, of PEDs is for recovery.
Yes.
It's
I
for
think Nate
recovery.
Diaz, I believe the poet, philosophical expert Nate Diaz said it perfectly. Like everyone's doing steroids. And that was during USADA. So, and when he says that, I don't obviously it wasn't steroids, but he's saying that everyone is doing something to give them an advantage. Like there's whether there's so many there was like back in the day Decaball, there's different steroids like the base is TRT, like testosterone replacement therapy, but there's tons of other ones. There was a SARS was a big thing, or not SARS, Swarms. SARMs or something. I don't know. That was back in my fitness body stage where I knew all the the PEDs, but
Yes.
not so much
Yes.
anymore. But the point is, everyone's taking something, and it's the point is you
Yes.
want an advantage. If you just let everything go, and we're like, okay, everything's legal, it's on the fighters now. You guys take what you want to take and be the best that you possibly can be. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's better because then there's no cheating. Like it's like what it was because everyone's like,
No.
oh, PEDs are cheating. Dude, is creatine cheating? Should they not take whey protein? Is that cheating? Should not take whey
Mm-hmm.
protein? Is horse meat
When,
illegal, Alistair
when
Overeem?
whenever you put something in your body that your body don't naturally produce
Is that
for
cheating? Like,
enhancement or for better for energy or whatever, it is
is
cheating.
caffeine cheating? Like I'm
It
telling you
is
right
cheating.
now, if you take caffeine before a fight, you're gonna fight better. You just are. Like,
Yeah. So that is cheating when you put something in your body that your body don't naturally produce and something extra that's considered cheating. Everyone does some form of when you're a professional athlete, you gonna use PEDs in some form, whether they're illegal or illegal. It's
correct.
still cheating. So
Yeah, and that's my point, dude. Now, like, I just think it would be better if we had doctor regulation with it. Like it's obviously the fighters are still taking it. There's still fucking people
of
that are
course.
being caught with PEDs and caught with that stuff, so they're taking it. USADA didn't stop. Like fucking, it's just fucking complicated the whole situation. Like,
Hmm.
so
Yes, it
I
is.
don't know. I agree with you, dude. I think it should all be legal. I think it all should be regulated in some form. You should talk to your doctor. Obviously, you're gonna see the guys that are taking too much, and there's a point too. It's a point of diminishing returns. Like you don't want to be a fucking huge meathead, like just with muscle on muscle on muscle. You're gonna exhaust yourself after one round. You're dead. Like they're gonna kill you.
Hmm.
Like
Yes,
so,
they're
and you
going to
still have
kill
to make the weight limit. So I don't know. They're not going to because now that UFC is so mainstream. I mean, imagine if UFC said tomorrow PEDs are legal. Like how, dude?
But hey, but there has been a lot less, especially top tier fighters, been popping and pulling out and
I
failing
noticed that.
tests as of late.
I
And that's
did
not a
notice.
coincidence. That's not a coincidence.
That's interesting. Like I have noticed that you don't hear that. There used to be weekly someone being taken out. Like
So bad. So
I haven't
bad.
heard.
And that's
What's the last one? I don't even know the last one that was taken out. Like
when's the last time you heard a big fight card and someone not making it because of PEDs?
nope, just COVID. I mean, that's Dana too, and not only that, they've saturated the cards now because COVID. They added like contender series, dude. They signed like 7 people from the contender series the other night. Like they're just adding
Hmm.
fighters to the roster.
Yes.
So McNeil, that is all we have time for with the episode 7, the real MMA bros. You got anything to add for our adoring audience? Guess
Nothing.
dude, guess how many views we got last video?
How many views?
2. And at least a minimum of 2 of them were mine. So
Hey, you mean too many?
no, two in the number 2. Like so we're killing it with this YouTube thing. But
We killing on YouTube, man. I love it. I love to do what I'm doing now, and I will do it until. And the key about doing what you doing something you love, you will do it no matter what, and it's not work.
exactly.
I love it. I'm enjoying it.
You're
I'm
so
enjoying it.
right. I'm
I'm
enjoying
enjoying it.
it, bro. I'm enjoying having the back and forth with you. You sometimes you know what you're talking about. Sometimes I would say about 2% of the time. No,
Yeah.
4% of the time you're like spot on, dude. And then
Yes. Yes.
96% of the time, that's why you
Hey,
got me.
hey, man.
So,
Hey, I'm what you call a brilliant idiot, man.
yeah, or an idiot that's brilliant.
There you go. Tomato, tomato.
I'm your guardrails. I keep you on the road. So that's you'd be going off the rails if it wasn't for me.
That is true, man. I'll be a nut job. I'll be wacky.
Yeah,
So,
you'd be whack. But again, hey, we love you all. Peace and love, the real MMA bros. Make sure to watch the bonus show. We're gonna get into some pretty crazy shit. Some NFL picks. And who knows, dude? Who knows? You never know what's gonna fucking go on in the bonus show. That's why you gotta watch. So peace, love. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye.
oh.